Hey everybody, it is the middle of January, just getting all the gear cleaned up and put away for the off season. Gonna be putting together some of these clips. A lot of these videos that you're about to see is all of the preseason from last year. Anytime, I think it starts around March or April, up through the preseason, right before the fall started. So you'll get to see some of the trials and tribulations I had getting the food plot started and some of the other prep stuff that we did. So instead of putting a whole bunch of short little video clips together, I just wanted to combine them all into one. So that's going to be the end of last year's season here. We're going to be starting shed hunting here soon. So the next couple videos in the next month or two, we're going to be doing some shed hunting up at the farm, doing some other stuff, getting the feeder out, that kind of thing. Some of the stand prep things for next year. So already getting focused for next season, but for now, enjoy some of last year's preseason stuff. Got both food plots covered with some Roundup. See if we can kill some of this off. Probably the first of about 3 sprayings I'm going to give it this year. I've got just a couple gallons left in the tank. I do have another about 5 or 6 gallon water jug up in the truck. I think I'm going to go fill it up, add just a little bit more glyphosate to it. I'm going to hit a couple of these thick spots an extra time just to make sure we get a good kill off here. I don't want to let things get out of control. I think that's gonna do it for today. It's starting to get hot, 82 degrees already. I'm gonna get out of here before the bugs get too worse. Good day. Food plots were surprisingly bare. I hit them pretty hard with the sprayer a few weeks ago. I was really glad to see the much exposed dirt. I may even try to no-till later this year, see how much bare dirt is exposed come August when it's time to plant the brassicas. Got a few mock scrapes hung up. Checked a couple of places out that I want to maybe set up a stand next year. Not a whole lot to do up here right now. So next trip up, end of the month, early July maybe, we'll get the trail cameras out, set a few of those up on a couple of mineral spots. I want to set a couple of cameras on these mock scrapes that I hung. I want to set a couple of cameras in some key areas that I usually start off with each year, just to see what kind of movement we can have, see what's happening. The east end is going to be very key this year, a lot more so than normal. We got 40 acres of corn over there, so that's going to be a big deal. We got to set some cameras up and see how things are moving. We haven't had that kind of food over there in the last couple years, so things can be a little different this year, but I'm excited. We got a sandhill crane up here. The baby is over here somewhere. I just saw him running through the grass. That one's trying to lead me away. Well, he did his job. He lured me away from the baby. I love watching nature. Anyway, that's about all we got for today. Thanks for watching. Back up on the farm here, last day of July. That snuck up on me really fast. I was looking at the calendar, realized we have 45 days till bow season, and I am way behind schedule. Came up here to check a few things, was hoping to find the food plots in good shape, maybe a little Roundup blast on a couple spots and we'd be good to go. And they have totally regrown from the last spray. I haven't been up here in about a month or so. Been busy with work, took the family on a small vacation, just let things slide a little bit too long, and the food plots have completely overgrown themselves, so we're gonna have to figure something out in a hurry. I'm gonna have to rent a bush hog or find someone that's got something to mow it down and then give it a blast with Roundup, because some of the weeds are 4 or 5 feet tall. This is gonna be a problem. So anyway, up here for the day, got one of my little dudes with me. We're gonna check a couple things. We're gonna hang some trail cams, maybe make a couple of mock scrapes, just check a few things out. So.
Daddy, that was technically for food plots.
Do what?
We do technically, if you're at the farm and you use it, it's technically for food plots.
Yep. We did not bring enough weed killer, did we?
Yeah. Next time, we need to bring like a whole jug.
Thank you. It's a good idea.
Yeah, these food plots do not look good.
Thanks, bud.
Well, this one does, right?
Yeah. Surprisingly, this one is better than the other one.
Yeah.
Still a bunch of 4-foot grass.
Grass grows high. Now this is a good food plot.
And this little spot is?
Yeah. I still don't really
Couple
like
little open areas here, but a lot of tall grass. Just for a visual, I'm 5'9". Yeah, this is gonna be fun. All right, just got one camera put up behind me. It's overlooking this mock scrape that I hung a month or so ago here. when I thought I had the food plots started well. Should be a good spot. Again, deer like to bed up in this woods. The idea is to catch them coming out into this food plot before they either head across the street into the beans or dip over next door into the corn. I'm going to try this fall to put a hanging hunt set up in here on some evenings. Having this scrape right here in this corner should draw a lot of the bucks through this area. With the camera on the tree right behind me, we should get a pretty decent inventory as to what's here, especially once the food plot actually gets started. Oh, see. Don't touch it, goofball.
Deer are not eating over here. Why are you clearing that?
That way the deer want to come over and look at it.
You probably bite that. Okay, did deer bite that?
No, they rub their head on it.
What if they don't want to rub their head on it and bite it?
And they just walk by. This is a lot more open than it's ever been in the last 5 years or more. Part of the forest project that we're doing here is clearing out a lot of the scrub stuff. These are all a bunch of invasive autumn olives all down through here that have been sprayed and killed. Really opened this area up. I'll have to get a camera put up here next time we come down, see what's moving through this area. This has always been a tight little funnel. We got the food plots right behind us. We got the marsh right there. This is one of our most productive stands. Definite favorite of both my dad and I.
Like, Daddy, that tree's probably gonna fall down soon.
Yeah, maybe. Leaning. We got one fell down over there.
Daddy, that's the farm I don't really like. Here, I don't really like all these weeds.
All the weeds?
Yeah,
Yeah, me neither, bud.
I can barely walk.
Just checking out a couple things in the back here. Check out one of the mock scrapes I hung. See if there's any traffic over on the east side. I would put a camera up over there, but I'm out of batteries. I am unprepared today.
Somebody cut down that tree.
Yep,
Or it fell. Daddy, that tree probably fell.
probably. Yeah, looks like this one's still doing okay. I'm not real happy with the small piece of wood I got up there. So we have a tree stand work day coming up here in a couple weeks. I'll probably bring a 2x4 and pre-drill it and make it something a little bit more stable. Not a bad setup. I really like. Ooh, I'm shooting. I really like this crossing. I really like sitting right up there, hanging and hunting. Hopefully, I can make a nice shot on a deer right in this little turnaround this year. We'll see. Come on, bud. Not gonna ride in the back? Alright, hop in. You want help? Good job, bud. Alright, wraps up today's trip. Did not get near as much done as I wanted to. Productivity was way low. Didn't have batteries for my camera. Didn't have enough Roundup. Didn't realize the food plots had gone crazy in the last month. It's going to be a busy August getting ready here. So, try to make a plan and see what we can do to get these plots cleaned up, get some more trail cameras hung, get the bow out, start shooting a little bit, see if we can't get ready for the season. It's coming up quick. So, till next time. You want to say anything, bud?
No.
No. See ya. Alright, back up on the farm here. Another week later. It's 1st of August. We were hoping to get some lanes and our food plots mowed today. I'm not going to be able to do that, it looks like. We had some rain come through, so everything's kind of wet. And then the farmer that we were going to have do some of that equipment work had some family issues. So, no mowing today. I brought my trail cameras. I got batteries in all of them this time. I also brought my climbing sticks and a harness. Gonna check out a few hang and hunt spots. I'm gonna clean up, cut some limbs off. I'm gonna get a few different spots ready to go for this season. So I've got a few eyeballed that I know where I want to look, and I want to try to find a couple more hopefully. So got a few projects we're gonna get done today. No mowing, but we'll get the rest of it done here anyway. So, all right, down in the woods behind Autumn Ridge here, down in this little pinch point in the woods in between the grass and the marsh. Got a trail camera put up here. This is usually a good early season traffic spot, especially with the corn over to the east this year. Should be able to get a lot of traffic, see what kind of bucks are moving through this area. Got a mock scrape here as well with the camera looking over it. So should be a good little spot. It's a pretty strong traffic way through here too. A lot of deer activity up into that thicket. Alright. This intersection of these lanes, from the top of the hill down toward big grass in the thicket and then up north. This intersection has been a terrific place to get a lot of good pictures of bucks in the last couple of years. I'm gonna put a trail cam right up here on one of these little trees, shoot it back to the north. Probably leave this one here all season. Just check it every day I hunt, pull the cards out, swap batteries as needed. A lot of activity through here in the last 3 or 4 years. Some of the biggest bucks that we've seen on the property have been caught on this camera. So let's get one hung and get her started. Alright, I got that camera up. I'm gonna look for another spot down here. I love this stand. That stand we named Big Grass. That is one of my absolute favorite stands. Shot my first deer ever when I was 12 years old out of that stand. Actually, when it used to be up in this big walnut tree right here. We had a wooden ladder stand, or a wooden stand built up in there. Moved to a ladder stand, moved it across. It's been in a couple different spots. Last year, I was dialing in on a big 10-pointer. I had a couple encounters with him earlier in the season. Almost got a shot on him back on the other side of this hill out of another stand. I cannot prove it. I will never know. But deep down, I feel like I was going to kill him one night, and a couple of does came down this grass lane right here. Came right down and were just milling around right here in front of the truck. They did not see me in the stand. They never blew, they never bolted, they didn't smell me. I had the absolute perfect wind for hunting this. I knew that big buck was bedded up here somewhere. I had a feeling he was coming down that night and I was gonna kill him. These does came down. They knew something was off. Again, I don't know if they saw me. They couldn't identify exactly what it was because I never bolted out. But the way that I was standing up in that stand, I think I was a little bit silhouetted. They got a little jumpy. They turned around and went back up this hill. jumped into the woods, went on with the night. I had a bunch more deer come down, no big deal. Deep down, I think that big buck was up there, and when those does went back up the hill and jumped in the woods, he knew something was wrong and he didn't come down this way. He instead went north through the woods, heading out to the food, up to the cornfield that was across the road last night. That same night, the neighbors killed him about 250 yards away. I think I would have had him that night had I been in a better spot or had this stand been a little bit more concealed. What I want to do, I'm going to find a tree that I can hang and hunt either on my portable or with my saddle set up to where I can still shoot this lane intersection as well as that lane intersection where the scrapes are, because that's where the buck I killed 2 years ago from this stand came down. So I need to be able to shoot both spots, and I don't want to be directly in line with either lane. And I think this tree might be my answer. We're gonna see what it looks like here. Ooh, getting hot. Got this tree picked out. I think it's going to be perfect. Trimmed a couple limbs off. I had one little limb that I couldn't reach. When we come back up on the official tree stand check day here in a couple weeks, one of our other guys has a big pruning pole, so I'll clip that limb and be good to go. I really like the look of that, so that's going to be a fun one for early bow season, I think. Got a trail camera put up as well. Check that crossing, keep an eye out there. That's one of my spots that I always like to put a camera every year. Just too many deer coming through there to not have a camera. Headed to the back, got a couple things to check out back here, get another camera or two up, and then I'm gonna do a few tree stand selection sites over on the west side. Basically what I did there, just pick a tree, climb up, trim a couple limbs as needed, get it ready so I can sneak in there in the dark come bow season. Here we go. See if that one holds a little bit better. I still don't like the use of that little 1x2, but it's the only wood I had available. Pre-drilled some holes this week. Didn't split it. Looks like it's going to hold a lot stiffer. I'm still going to plan on a 2x4 when we come back up on the official work day, just in case. I know a 2x4 will be fine. That looks a lot more sturdy though. I like the way that looks, so we'll hope that holds. Hoping to get everything done up here today before the rain hit. Just missed it. Looks like it's letting up a little bit already though. Check the radar, have some lunch, see if we can't get the rest of our projects done here. Alright, looks like the rain has stopped. Sun is coming out. Let's get a couple of these stand situations figured out. Alright, back up at the front here now. Up here by the shack overlooking our food plot. Got one more spot I want to check out here, see if we can't get it ready for a quick hang and hunt later this year. Gonna sneak up in here real quick. See if we can find the tree I was looking at in the winter. See what it might need. That's the tree I want to try to look at. See if it's even doable or not. It didn't work out the way I wanted it to. I'm gonna have to go back to the drawing board for that one. I might need to bring my other set of sticks up that are spaced a little bit differently, see if it'll allow me to climb that tree a little bit easier. I like it once I get up a little bit higher. It's just a matter of getting to the right height and being able to shoot where I need to shoot. Put that one on the back burner for now. I got one more quick trip to make, then I gotta head for home. Alright, I got one more camera to hang. I'm back up here at the front. I'm gonna go over to that thicket back over there behind me. It's one of our favorite spots. I've had a camera there the last couple of years, always catch a bunch of big bucks. There was a lot of scrape activity once the rut kicked off last year too. So I'm gonna go put a camera up in that area and then gonna call it a day. This is actually how I hunt this area. I make the walk up by the road. Ideally, I'm hunting here in the evening, west or southwest wind. Anything bedded out in the grass has no idea I'm coming. Anything bedded down in the woods has no idea I'm coming. I can slip right in here into the ladder stand that we have back tucked up in here. Great ambush spot for the evening. This is a little staging area where they love to hang out, down in this little thicket up in here. There's the ladder stand, tucked right back up in there. Great little spot. We're gonna put the camera down here though, for now. Turns out these things work better if you turn them on. Alright, got the gate locked up, ready to hit the road, head home. Had a decent day. Wish we could have got the mowing done. Turns out we had over 1.5 inches of rain last night, so even if the guy would have been able to come over, everything would have been too wet. I don't think it would have gone well anyway, so I'm going to try to reschedule that for next week. If I can get the food plots mowed down in the next week, I think I can still get one more blast of Roundup on them and get the brassicas planted here mid to late August. I should be okay on time. I've planted later than this before and had a pretty good result, so I think we're still good to go on time. Just going to be cutting it a little close here. Got a bunch of cameras out. A lot of the buck velvet growing should be done here in the next couple of weeks. We should be able to get a pretty good idea of what bucks are around here, hopefully. See if we got a couple to go after here later this year. So until next time, thanks. All right, welcome back. Today's video is going to be a short and sweet one. We are back up on the farm. It is September 7th. I snuck out of work a little bit early today to come up here and do a little food plot work. We've got a storm in the forecast. Should be hitting here in about 2 hours or so if the radar is correct. We're going to get some seed on the ground, get some fertilizer on the ground. About 3 weeks ago, I was able to rent a lawnmower and get some of the food plots mowed down. They're not near as big as they've been in the past. I just ran out of time and the equipment wasn't big enough to do what I wanted. But I got some mowed down pretty well. Got it round up, got it all killed off. I was actually able to plant my original plan. Plan A was my brassica blend from Frigid Forage, the Big and Beastie. Was able to get that planted because there was rain in the forecast a couple days after that. That rain ended up not hitting, and since then we have only gotten
about a ½ inch of rain in the last 3 weeks. So the food plots, germination was pretty poor. There's a few stuff growing here and there, but not much. So today is going to be plan B. We're going to put down some autumn quick plot, get some fertilizer on it, and pray for rain. Here we go. All right, one down, one to go. Starting to get windy. I think the weather's coming. At first glance, this food plot is pretty pathetic looking. There's more than a few areas. When you actually get down and look close, there's quite a bit of greenery growing here. Look here a little bit. All we need is some rain to give them a little bit of a boost. See if we can't get this fertilizer going. There's quite a bit here. All right, got them both done. Actually, it took me just under an hour. Get both of them planted, get 300 pounds of fertilizer down. The food plots didn't look as bad as I was expecting them to. There's a lot of sprouts, just not very big. We needed water bad. Radar looks good. Should be raining here in about an hour. Hopefully things go well. We'll check back up here in a week or two, see what it looks like. Getting ready for the opener. The reduction zone, which is where we hunt at, actually opens in 8 days. So it is almost go time. Next time you see me, I might be in a tree. Until then.